guys had my freaks when my supervisor showed up.
Yeah! I thought for sure they had it.
Skyler, when we return these, we should leave a thank you note.
As long as he doesn't connect me with it.
Hello.
Hello, Mill. Have you got a couple seconds for me?
Sure, Professor. How are things going there at Columbia State?
Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Those artifacts we collected at the Aztec Temple last year, well, they arrived this week, and I haven't had time to do much of an inventory. I'm not settled in or anything yet. I haven't even started any kind of analysis. And now, well...
What is it, Professor?
Look, I don't know how to tell you this. I mean, you were the one that recommended me, and...
Hey, Professor, please tell me what's on your mind.
Mill, there's been an incident here.
What kind of incident?
I was returning to the building from a late committee meeting. A gang of thugs was making off with some of the artifacts.
What?
There were too many of them for me to subdue by myself. I suppose I should have tried, but I just don't know.
No, Professor, you did the right thing. You don't want to jeopardize your life in a situation like that.
Yes, I suppose you're right. Still, you know my first instincts were to do everything I possibly could to protect those precious artifacts.
I understand completely, Professor. Would you like me to fly there to help out?
No, you've got more important responsibilities. I couldn't ask you to do that. Still, I'd hate for this to get out to the press.
I'll be there tomorrow morning. Can you meet me at the Tiger Hotel?
Oh, no, I've got committee meetings until 11 o'clock. My office is 132 Sahagan Hall.
That's fine. I'll meet you there. Sorry, got to go now.
Man, look at this. This is so cool.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Oh, look at this. I think it's some sort of blowgun.
Man, this is some cool stuff, but we need more costume things.
You mean like a loincloth?
Maybe some jewelry?
Nice.
Hey, what about that box?
How's this thing open?
Dude, just break it open.
No! Man, we could get in a lot of trouble. What if this is worth a lot of money or something? Hey, all you have to do is pull that pin right there.
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap. Dude, it's a human head. Dude, that is epic. That is epically epic.
Oh, hey, man, we should have that thing set up at the homecoming party. Can you imagine? That would be so cool.
Yeah. Girls would flip out.
Hey, man, that's kind of freaky.
Yeah, I don't want to look at that thing anymore.
What's wrong?
I think it moved.
Yes. Look, we're doing everything we can. Yes, I know. It is not my Right. Right? Okay, yep.
Good morning, Professor.
Whoa, Dr. Stennis. How are things with you?
Fine, I'm just heading to a committee meeting.
Committee meetings. I'm headed to one myself.
Say, I heard this morning you had a break-in in your lab?
Yes, quite a few things were taken. Aztec artifacts.
Aztec. That's interesting. Maybe it was some sort of homecoming stunt. That's their theme this year, you know.
Really? I hadn't thought of that. My goodness, Mill's on his way.
What?
Oh, nothing. It's just that I'm meeting Mil Mascaris later today.
Mil Mascaris? He's coming to see you?
Yes, he's the one who arranged for us to have access to the artifacts for my research here. Yeah. Well, I gotta be meeting him at 11, so I really should be going.
Okay. Good luck with everything.
Thanks. I'm gonna need all the luck I can get.
Hey, you're Mil Mascaris. I'm your biggest fan.
Oh, thank you.
Are you here for the Lucha Invitational?
No, just some business at the university.
Yeah, I guess everyone would have heard if you were going to compete. Hey, could I get your autograph?
No problem.
What is your plan, great leader?
Professor?
Oh, Mil. I was afraid I wasn't gonna make it back in time.
It's no problem. I just arrived.
I'm sorry to have made you come all this way. I really think I could handle things here myself. Well, it's just that...
Please, Professor, don't think anything of it. I'm always ready to help whenever I can. Ah, I see that you brought the doctor with you.
Yes, I was going to try and repair his cognitive emulator when I had some time.
So, is there any news about the theft?
No, not really. Campus police are probably over there right now.
Can we go take a look?
Sure.
Ah, Professor.
Oh, Dr. Stennis, what are you doing here?
I was just in the building to see Professor Chadwick.
He's downstairs on the second floor.
Ah, yes, of course. Aren't you going to introduce me, Professor?
Oh, I'm sorry. Dr. Stennis, this is Mil Mascaris. Mil, Dr. Stennis. She works with us in phenomenological statistical physics.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm very familiar with your work, Mil. You can call me Ruth.
Very good, Ruth. The pleasure is mine. Ruth Stennis. Ah, you must be R.L. Stennis.
Yes, that's right. You were probably expecting a man behind those initials.
On the contrary, your logarithmic expansion technique is as beautiful as you are.
Yes, I've used it myself to analyze oxidation rates for non-ferrous metals. It's really remarkably powerful.
I understand you're here because some valuable Aztec artifacts were stolen. I was just telling the professor that it's probably just a homecoming prank. Valuables like that need to be properly secured.
Yes, security on campus can be a problem. We really need to get going now.
Are you going to lunch?
No, we are going to examine the scene of the theft.
I'm chair of the campus security committee. Maybe I can be of assistance.
No, campus police are going to be handling things.
But, of course, we welcome any assistance that you can provide.
I'd be happy to come along.
Shall we?
Yeah, man. Sorry about the ribs.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's cracked anyway. It's gonna have to heal before the tournament.
Gotcha. See you, man.
Excuse me, sir, but my car door is stuck. I was wondering if you could help me get it open.
Yeah, no problem. It's no time.
I've located the professor that has control of this area.
Good to meet you. My officers are collecting whatever evidence they can find, but I'm sure you're aware that the odds of retrieving the stolen items isn't good. Some of this stuff looks pretty valuable. You really should have called us to secure the space. After all, that's why we're here.
Yes, I know. That was our intention, but I've been really busy.
I know. Security is always a low priority until it's compromised. But I've had some electronic locks installed with numeric keypads. The code is 26, 45, 75, and 13.
Wait, let me write that down.
It's the first 8 digits of the square root of 7.
That's right. Hey, you're Mil Mascaris. So were you hired by the campus security committee?
No, I'm just here as a favor to the professor.
Well, I'm afraid there's not much we can do at this point.
Well, I noticed that most of the objects are still stacked in an orderly fashion. I assume your officer didn't move them.
That's right. That's what leads me to believe that the perpetrators weren't looking for items according to value. I didn't want to say anything, but there's cause for optimism that the items may have been taken as part of a student prank.
So you think they might be returned?
No, there's really no way to tell. For example, we investigated the theft of an X-ray machine from the radiology building earlier today. And there's no way to tell whether it was stolen by students who wanted to have fun X-raying things, or whether it was stolen because it's a valuable piece of equipment that's easy to sell.
Oh, my goodness. I've got a presentation at 1 o'clock.
And I have an appointment as well. Actually, Mil, I could probably skip my meeting if you'd like to go to lunch.
I would love to, but my pager is telling me that I have an important call to return.
Remember the code because the locks will be activated as soon as we leave. 26, 45, 75, 13.
I'll be right back to take both of your orders.
Thank you. You said you had a friend that might be joining us.
Via Noche is in town for the Lucha Invitational, but I haven't been able to reach him.
Oh,
Is he the one that paged you this morning?
No, that was a call from Mexico relating to that Aztec mummy incident last year. It seems that several of his henchmen made a jailbreak today.
Do you need to fly back there?
No, that's not necessary. A full security detail will be guarding the remains of the mummy's tomb to make sure that there's no attempt to excavate and resurrect him.
Well, there's no need to worry about those Aztecs coming here for their belongings. The entire collection was shipped here by secure transit. Only cleared officials of the two countries were aware of its content or to where it was being shipped.
Yes, those precautions have proven to be well justified.
Oh, I received a voice message today on my way over here. It seems Dr. Stennis was wondering if you were going to be available for dinner. I got the message too late to tell her about our plans, but I thought you'd want to know about the message.
That's too bad. I certainly would like to spend some time with her. She's an extraordinary talent. I don't know of anyone with a keener mathematical mind.
Yes. Some people say that her papers are more philosophy than science.
Those people would be morons. Philosophy and science are like lovers, yearning to be consummated.
Yes, I couldn't agree more.
Good evening. Can I interest you all in any appetizers tonight?
Sure, I'll have the bread and cheese.
Okay. And you, would you like the same? We also have a great mushroom platter.
Oh. Not for me. Thank you.
Very good, sir.
Please, have mercy.
Although our first specimen was a failure, we will persist until our master's great plan is realized.
Bill, it's nice to see you.
Dramatico, how are you?
Oh, good. Just visiting as a spectator?
No, I have some other business here this week. I'm looking for Dia Noche. Have you seen him today?
No, I haven't seen him. He's missed his press conference earlier.
Very strange.
Not so strange. You know Dia Noche. He has no patience for such matters. But you can count on him to be there for his matches.
You're probably right. I'm sorry, I've got a call to return. Good to see you. Take care of yourself.
Excuse me, sir, but my car door is stuck. I was wondering if you could help me get it open.
Good morning, Chief.
Good morning, Mill.
How are you today?
As I said when I paged you, we have some interesting information related to the theft of those Aztec artifacts. Take a look at this.
How was this video obtained?
I placed a small surveillance camera in the room yesterday.
Yesterday?
That's right. This theft occurred last night. What's more, the perpetrator knew the key code to enter the room.
How can that be?
That's why I wanted to speak with you alone. I know you're above reproach, and I've known Dr. Stennis for years. Other than the professor, you were the only two present when I told you the code.
I've known the professor for years, and I can assure you there's no reason to suspect him. You have officers with the access code.
Of course you're right, Mill, but I'm sure you noticed what I saw in that video.
Yes, the person was looking for something specific and therefore had prior knowledge of the objects.
That's right.
I've known the professor for years. There's no way he could have been involved.
I can't tell you how much I respect your instincts. In fact, I require all of my officers to study your work on criminology. In one of your books, you talk about the conservation of suspicion. Well, if you discount the professor, that leaves me and my men, and Dr. Stennis, who is the chairperson of the Campus Security Committee. The question that must be answered is, who among the possible suspects would have knowledge of the artifacts and a motive to steal a particular object?
The professor hadn't even conducted an inventory to know what was there.
I presume he told you that.
I understand clearly why he would be your principal suspect, but what about motive?
Let me tell you something, Mill. I've been at this university for 23 years, and I've seen faculty cross the edge. It's hard for them to watch year after year as their top students take jobs in industry at salaries that are 2 to 3 times what a professor earns. Then years later, those same students are the heads of large companies, sitting on multi-million-dollar nest eggs, while the professor only accumulates small cost of living increases. Occasionally, a professor becomes embittered and decides he deserves something more. That's where I come in.
I understand.
I'm speaking with you about this because you have a vested interest in those artifacts. I hope that you'll assist in my investigation, but at the very least I hope you won't jeopardize it by repeating anything I've said to anyone.
I can assure you that above all else, I'm committed to justice.
Hey, Mel.
Ruth, what are you doing here?
Chief Reynolds usually attends our weekly committee meetings, but he wasn't there this morning. One of the members said he was meeting with you, so I thought I'd drop by and see what was going on. I noticed the professor isn't with you.
No, I just dropped in for a status report. Nothing more.
I have a couple of hours before my next committee meeting. Would you like to see my lab? I have something for you I think you'll appreciate.
Oh, I'd love to.
I regret to say that it is another failure. Please, I assure you that we will soon succeed.
Please, have mercy.
Well, this is it.
I see you're very well equipped.
Don't sound so surprised. I do a lot more than just equations.
You said you wanted to show me something.
Yes. I read your latest paper last night. Your arguments are so forceful, so compelling. But your analysis is incomplete.
A proof of the spectral magnitude conjecture?
I finished it for you.
Wow. It's so beautiful.
Mill, I hope I'm not being too forward in suggesting this, but maybe we could author a paper together.
I would like that very much.
Everybody step back, right foot. Left punch on my count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You guys, you're looking great.
Who are you?
I'm Skip from Bar Theta, and we were just wondering if you guys wanted to party with us tonight.
Well, what prompts this invitation?
You took the state championship this year. You're all winners. We like to associate with winners.
Okay, I might be able to get a few people to swing by, but you know, if this is some sort of prank, we can kick your ass.
Whoa, this is no prank. I mean, we're on the same side, right? Go Columbia State.
Okay, what time's it at?
8.
So, Mill, you were able to keep yourself occupied this morning?
Yes, I ran into Ruth. We're going to collaborate on a paper.
You and Dr. Stennis?
Yes?
I never really thought of the two of you working in the same field together.
Mathematics is the universal language.
Now, that's certainly true.
By the way, Professor, do you have any students working with you?
Yes, I have a student research assistant.
Will he be assisting you with the inventory of the Aztec artifacts?
Yes. Why do you ask?
I like to consider all possibilities. Did you give him the key code?
No, I actually haven't seen Skylar in several days. He's not the most responsible student. He's at least minimally capable, though. Of course, it really doesn't take much more than that to get a good job these days. One that pays more than a professor's salary.
To get a good job, maybe, but not to excel, Professor.
Well said. By the way, did you ever get a hold of Dramatico?
No, I didn't.
Mill, this is very awkward and uncomfortable for me.
Awkward?
I don't know how to tell you this.
What is it, Professor?
I spoke with Chief Sanders of the city police this morning.
What about?
About Dianoche and Dramatico.
What about them?
Mill, they're both missing.
Missing? I just spoke to Dramatico this morning.
Yes, I know. According to witnesses, you were the last person to speak to them. At least that's according to Chief Sanders.
That's crazy. I'll go see Chief Sanders right now. Where is his office?
No, Mill, I really shouldn't be talking to you about this. It's just that I thought you should know.
Thank you, Professor.
What's going on, guys? Come on in. Welcome to the party.
Wow. This party sucks. Where are all the girls?
I'm afraid this isn't that kind of a party.
What do you mean?
Are you sure this is appropriate?
Dianoche and Dramatico are friends of mine. I have every right to try to help them if they're in trouble.
Oh, hey.
Mill, it's good to see you. I guess you heard about Dianoche and Dramatico.
Yes, that's why we're here. What have you heard?
Well, their belongings, wallets, passports, they're still in their lockers. The police have been asking a lot of questions, and your name came up.
My name?
You were speaking to Dramatico this morning. He was on his way to the locker rooms, but there's no evidence that he ever made it there. We know that you had nothing to do with it, but, the local police, they got to do their job,
I understand. We all need to cooperate with the police.
Me and the guys were going to go out for a couple of beers. You want to come?
No. The professor and I are going to look around here a bit, just to see if we can find anything the police missed.
We understand. Good night.
I'm pumped for the Lucha Invitational.
Yeah, this is 100% whey protein into these babies.
That's awesome. It shows.
Hurry, to the alley. Professor, call the police.
Acknowledge if you hear me.
Yes, officer, yes.
You okay?
I'm okay. Yes, I'm okay.
You need to come with me, sir.
What?
Hello, Mr. Mascaris. I'm Police Chief Sanders. I regret having to meet you under such circumstances.
And what are the circumstances?
A woman reported seeing a team of ninjas kidnap 4 luchadors in a van. Officer Patrick responded and gave chase to said van. You were seen to be tail riding on that van, and while the van made an evasive maneuver to try to escape from Officer Patrick, you lost your grip, fell to the ground, and were apprehended by Officer Patrick.
Surely you don't believe I was a conspirator in a kidnapping?
Frankly, I don't know what to think. Your work on behalf of law enforcement worldwide is legendary. However, your actions over the past couple of days have been suspicious, to say the least.
I can assure you that I was attempting to rescue my colleagues. So, what is the next step here?
I don't know how to tell you this, Mr. Mascaris, but I'm afraid you leave me no choice but to arrest you on suspicion of kidnapping.
I understand.
I'm afraid you don't understand. You see, as part of the booking process, we're going to have to take your fingerprints and your photograph. You will have to remove the mask.
What?
I'm very sorry about this, but your mugshot will become part of the public record.
Dr. Stennis, come in. Thanks for coming over. I still haven't heard anything from Mill.
I just got a call on my way over here. Mill's been arrested.
Arrested? Well, that doesn't make any sense at all.
The results are again negative. Please have mercy. The estimate that 1 in 5 might be a suitable candidate must be mistaken.
Glorious leader, that's the way probability works. I mean, the odds of finding a perfect match in 7 samples is, well, it's almost 21%.
What are the odds of not finding a match in 8 samples?
It's less than 17%.
Then we must capture an 8th luchador.
Forgive me, but they're not independent events.
Enough! I shall determine what constitutes an acceptable risk.
Of course, Great Master.
But Mil Mascaris might be an obstacle.
Mil Mascaris? Mil Mascaris is here?
Apparently so. The ninjas told me he nearly prevented them from apprehending their targets.
His will be the perfect body for me. With the odds on our side, he shall be our 8th specimen.
I'm sorry, Mill. It was a long shot, but I tried to get the State Department to recognize you as having diplomatic standing. I'm afraid that was our last option.
I appreciate the attempt.
Okay. Let's get this thing over with.
so sorry, Mil Mascaras. I know you're innocent. If you'll stand over on the mark there.
Okay, Mel. It's time.
Wait! Stop!
Mill, are you all right?
What's going on here?
I was with Mill during the whole incident. I've explained everything to Officer Patrick.
Yes, and the female witness confirmed the key details. Mr. Mascaras is not part of the kidnappers. He attempted to stop the perpetrators.
What a relief. Mill, you're free to go. You're no longer a suspect. Officer Velasquez, would you please dispose of any paperwork related to this subject?
Gladly.
All of them?
Yes. Oh, glorious leader, he was too powerful.
Curse Mil Mascaras.
Oh, should we consider the other option? We could go to my supervisor's office.
No, I want the body of a real man.
Hello? Yes, I know. I'm afraid we won't be able...
Who is it?
It's Cindy from our sister sorority. We're supposed to attend a homecoming party with them tomorrow night.
Tell her we will attend.
Good morning. I hope everything's okay.
Mill apprehended the kidnappers last night.
What? I wish I could have been there to help. Are the wrestlers okay?
I was just about to report on the status of the investigation. Please, take a seat. I don't know how to explain any of this, so I'll try to stick to the facts. The dark-clothed perpetrators were all members of the University Martial Arts team.
What? Students?
That's right. We interrogated them individually, and not one of them has a single recollection of the day's events. Complete and total team amnesia. Or so they claim.
Amnesia? Their leader was able to withstand my punches as if he couldn't feel them, like he was hypnotized.
I can't explain it, but my gut feeling is they're telling the truth. They don't know anything about any missing luchadors, and they have absolutely no explanation for their dress or behavior. It's bizarre.
Have you been able to determine where they've been, with whom they may have communicated over the past 2 days?
I had my officers visit their individual residences and scour their workout facility. We couldn't come up with a single clue.
So, where does that leave us?
Exactly where we started.
Not exactly.
Why do you say that?
I'm sure you recall that the Aztec mummy was able to perform a kind of mind control.
Excuse me, did you say mummy?
Last year we encountered a resurrected Aztec mummy who had the power to control men's minds with his scepter. Mill was the only one that was immune to its effects.
And you think that mummy is here, at Columbia State University?
Impossible. The mummy is entombed forever. But before I was attacked last night, I made a call to Mexico. The police chief who worked with us reports that the mummy's henchmen have apparently left the country after making a prison break. He believes that they're in the United States.
But they wouldn't have the power of mind control.
I have an idea, Professor. We need to meet immediately with Chief Reynolds.
Well, I'm afraid to have a committee meeting.
Excuse me, did you say Chief Reynolds? Campus Police Chief Reynolds? Of what possible assistance could he provide? I can assure you that my officers have more experience in these kinds of cases.
I don't doubt that. It's just that this case may be connected with one he's investigating, so we'll all need to work together.
Well, don't expect any cooperation between our two departments, unless the fate of the world hangs in the balance.
Okay, he's taking the box.
Stop right there.
There?
I recognize the hue of that glow. If I am not mistaken, it's from the Jewel of Tanahuac.
The what?
The Jewel of Tanahuac. It was used by an Aztec mummy I encountered last year. Its power can be used for mind control.
Ah, yes, I recall the mummy incident. It was featured in the International Journal of Law Enforcement.
Apparently, the mummy's jewel was among the collected artifacts.
So we know what was stolen, but the question of the perpetrator remains. You're probably anticipating what I'm about to suggest. Clearly, the thief was after that particular object, so he must have known of its power and its place among the artifacts. Who around here would have such knowledge?
I don't know.
If you didn't suspect the professor, you would have brought him along.
I invited him, but he had to attend a committee meeting. I can assure you that I have no suspicions at all about the professor.
If you have evidence of his innocence, please share it with me. If your confidence is based on personal intuition, all I can ask is that you respect mine and assist in the examination of all possibilities.
Of course, I will do so, and I hope that you and Chief Sanders will similarly cooperate.
His men are well trained with extensive street experience, while mine are better versed in theoretical criminology. As someone involved in all aspects of crime fighting, I'm sure it's difficult for you to understand the friction between our two departments. All I can say is that it exists.
As La Torcha once said, cooperation begins when resistance ends. Hello, Professor. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine, Mill. How was your meeting this morning with Chief Sanders?
Well, it was very interesting.
Really? In what respect?
Well, it seems that the object that was stolen was none other than the Jewel of Tanahuac.
The Jewel of Tanahuac? How could that be? How do you know it was among the stolen artifacts?
When the Kiko locks were installed, they also installed a small video camera. 2 nights ago, someone entered the room and specifically targeted the Jewel of Tanahuac.
So there's a video of the perpetrator.
Yes. Unfortunately, it doesn't reveal the face. We need to determine who could have known about the collection of artifacts, knew about the Jewel of Tanawak, and knew the key code to the room.
But there just is no such person. I mean, even I didn't know about the Jewel of Tanawak being among the artifacts, and you and I are the only ones that know the key code.
And Ruth?
That's right, Ruth. She was there. Surely you don't suspect her.
There are no suspects, or everyone's a suspect.
Well, she wouldn't have known anything at all about the Jewel of Tanawak.
I asked you about your student. I think you said that his name is Skylar.
That's right, Skylar.
Is it possible that he read about the case of the Aztec mummy and surmised that the Jewel of Tanawak might be among the artifacts?
Well, I suppose that's possible. I mean, I did give him a copy of the article you wrote about the crime when I first hired him, but I didn't tell him the key code, certainly. And I haven't seen him for several days, as I told you.
So that leaves you, me, and Ruth.
And you suspect Ruth.
All I can say is that the evidence points to one of the three of us.
Good evening, Cindy.
Oh, hey guys, come on in.
Hey guys, what's up? What's the matter? Come on, let's see some moves.
Hey, what's that? Some extra refreshments? What's up with you guys?
Yeah, what is it?
You'll see.
Ick, it's a head!
Ugh, that's disgusting. Get that thing out of here.
His committee meeting must be running a little longer than expected. He said he'd be here in time to join us for dessert, and I'm sure he'd call if he had a change in plans.
Yes, I have always found the professor to be diligent and prompt for appointments.
Speaking of the professor, can you tell me something about his background? His work with Aztec artifacts led me to think his research interests might be in one of the soft sciences. But he mentioned work with robotics, which makes me think he might be an engineer.
The professor has a doctorate of science from Mexico's top university. I can assure you that he is well versed in the hard science and is a highly respected researcher.
Oh, that's so good to hear. I mean, he seems to have a solid mathematical mind. Oh, here he is now.
So sorry to be late.
It's no problem. The waiter hasn't returned to take our dessert orders.
Mill and I were just discussing the investigation.
I still think we should focus on the possibility that it's one of Chief Reynolds' officers.
He runs a very taut ship there. I just can't imagine one of his officers being involved in anything like this. What are your thoughts, Mill?
I can't help thinking that we're only seeing pieces of a much bigger picture.
Oh, sorry about this. Stennis here. Yes. No, I understand. Maybe a faculty member? No, I can't think of anyone. Mill Mascaras? Of course. Not only do I know him, he's sitting right here with me. What a fortunate coincidence. I don't want to be presumptuous, but I'm sure he'd be willing to help. Let me ask him. Mill, would you be willing to help out one of our sororities? They need a celebrity to dedicate their homecoming float.
I really don't know.
It'll only take a few minutes. It's just a short ceremony.
Well, if they need me, I'll try to help.
Yes, he'll do it. I'll send him right over.
Thank you, Dr. Stennis. I don't know how we can ever repay you.
I'm so sorry to drop this on you.
Can you explain this event to me?
One of our sororities had arranged for a football player to dedicate their homecoming float for the parade, but for some reason he's unavailable. It's so fortunate that you happen to be here.
You see, Mill, the fraternities and sororities build floats for the homecoming parade, and they compete to get celebrities to do the dedications.
The house is just over there a couple of blocks. I've written the directions on here. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. It's my pleasure. Thank you very much. Dinner was fantastic. Wish me luck.
Good evening, Mill Mascaras.
Good evening.
Please come in.
I'm unfamiliar with these traditions, so I'll need some guidance.
I will guide you.
Up there?
Yes.
What is this?
Can't you see? We want you.
Please, step aside. I'm leaving now.
I'm afraid we can't let you do that.
Who's up?
Professor, I'm under attack at the sorority. The women appear to be under the same hypnotic spell as my previous attackers. The more I fight them, the stronger they become. Please, arrange for help immediately.
Everyone, stop what you're doing!
Put your hands in the air!
What's going on? Are you all right?
Who are these women? What are they doing here?
They're from the sorority. They were attacking me.
Attacking you?
Yes, I believe they were acting under some sort of hypnotic trance. It must have been broken by the sound of the gunshot.
This is a campus incident. I'll take over from here.
This assault happened on a public thoroughfare. Clearly, this is my jurisdiction.
Please, we must work together.
Mill, are you okay?
I'm okay, Professor.
So this was a trap? I'm so sorry, Mill.
It's okay, Ruth. Everything's fine. This may provide the clues we need to explain the mysterious events of the past few days.
And you're sure their actions can't be attributed to alcohol?
I'm certain.
This is all very strange. Hopefully, one of the women will be able to provide some more information.
Where are they?
Chief Reynolds and I agreed that I would interview you, and he would get to interview the sorority sisters.
It doesn't make sense to conduct parallel investigations.
Hey, there's a jurisdictional question here, all right? We're doing the best we can.
What did you find out?
Not much, I'm sorry to say.
Surely they must have told you something.
Nothing. They don't seem to recall anything that's happened in the last 24 hours. And their breathalyzer tests have all come up negative.
It's just like the ninjas.
I read about that in the paper. The university martial arts team, right?
That's right.
They had no recollection of their actions. So it seems, once again, we're left with no clues.
We know one thing.
What's that?
The campus has never faced anything like this before.
As you can see, Dakota has returned successfully with reinforcements.
So, they just attacked you as soon as you entered the house.
Correct.
Not much of a party.
It's fortunate their celebrity wasn't able to attend.
Maybe it's no coincidence. Wouldn't other men have been invited to such a party?
Yes, there would have been other attendees. There would have been another fraternity.
That's right. They're affiliated with the Var Theta Mu fraternity.
Var Theta Mu?
What is it, Professor?
I just remembered. Skylar, my research assistant, he's a member of Var Theta Mu. And now that I think about it, his cubicle is next to the storerooms. He might have overheard the key codes.
Var Theta Mu. Where is the house?
It's right across the street.
I think we ought to go over there and give them a pop quiz.
Excellent idea, Professor.
Hello. May I help you?
Yes. Is Skylar here?
Skylar. Yeah, he's here. Come on in.
Skylar, I need to talk to you.
What is it, Professor?
I've been paying you quarter time all week, and I haven't seen you once.
Yes, well, we've been very busy with homecoming activities.
Well, Skylar, that's what we'd like to talk to you about. Var Theta Mu was supposed to attend a party across the street. Where were you?
Oh, no, we went there, but the women were acting very strangely, and they asked us to leave.
I'm sure you saw the police activity in the street in front of your house.
Yeah.
What was your response?
Oh, no, we observed, but there was nothing we could do.
The women of your sister's sorority were lying in the street unconscious. There were police cars all over the place, and you didn't even bother to come outside and see what was going on.
Actually, we were very concerned. Should we explain?
What is it that you can explain?
Well, you see, we found something very strange.
What is it?
It's difficult to describe. It's in the attic. I can show you if you'd like.
Professor, you and Ruth stay here. I'll take a look.
Skylar, who are these guys?
They're here for the party. The Aztec-themed party.
Mill! Mill! Mill, it's a trap! Chief Reynolds! So this is where you've been all this time.
I think they've been drugged or something.
Who are you?
I was supposed to dedicate a float for homecoming, but before I knew it, I was in here.
Mill!
What are you doing?
Finally, Neil Mascaris. I have you where I want you.
A perfect match.
Excellent. Soon my head will be on your body. With your strength, combined with the power of the Jewel of Tanawak, I will be able to conquer the world.
The subject will be ready for the procedure in approximately 10 minutes.
Then I will have time to be with my bride-to-be. Hello, my dear. My appearance disturbs you now, but soon I will have the most perfect body, and then we can consummate our love.
No.
But first... Lower.
The police are here. Should we try to escape?
Of course not. They are no match for me.
We have the professor's cell phone traced. We think he's in there.
Chief, thanks for calling. This is a team effort now.
What's going on around here?
Confiscate their weapons.
Mill, the keys, they're right behind you. Throw them here.
Professor, come with me.
Mill, Chief Sanders, Chief Reynolds.
It's no use. They're under its power.
You are doomed.
What are we gonna do?
Do you have a lighter?
Mill!
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Destroy them!
It's time to vanquish this Aztec menace once and for all.
Yes! Yes! No! No!
Ruth! Ruth! I'll get you out of here.
Oh, Professor.
Let's go, come on.
right where you're at. Put the box on the ground. Put your hands in the air. Full mobilization. He can't be allowed to escape.
I'm sure the head is still in the area. He expended a lot of energy to produce that apparition in the sky. He'll need to recharge the jewel of Tanamak.
How can he do that?
It was originally charged through centuries of exposure to ambient sunlight.
Chief Sanders. Yes? Whose office? You mentioned another report. What? Thanks.
What is it?
Well, there's evidence that someone broke into the professor's office earlier.
My office?
That's right. And we just received a report that someone broke into the university power plant across from your building.
Coal power. The radiant energy is enormous.
Then we need to get over there right away before he has a chance to recharge the jewel.
Let's go.
He was too strong.
Who was it? Was it an Aztec?
Aztec or Mayan. I don't know, it happened so fast.
Get this man medical attention. I'm going in.
Let's go!
We don't know what we're dealing with here. You secure the perimeter. I'm going in alone.
Are you sure?
There's a side entrance. One guy might be able to make it through.
I don't want anyone else at risk. I'm going by myself.
Prepare to die, Neomaskers. As you can see, I have the body and the strength of many men. When the jewel of Tanamak recharged, I shall begin my conquest of the world.
No! This madness ends here and now!
Prepare to be bathed in the energy of this great oven. No! Impossible! No! Impossible! No!
Thank you so much for everything, Mill.
Mel, I don't know how we can ever thank you enough.
I'm just glad I could be of assistance. Which reminds me, Ruth, we'll need to keep in touch about that paper.
Yes, of course. And I was thinking maybe the professor could join us as a third co-author.
I'm game.
You see, Mel, I've invited the professor to join my lab, and he's accepted.
Oh, that's great news. Congratulations to you both.
Thank you.
Take care. Until next time.